Hi, Dr. Aditi. So good to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Emma.
So what should I refer to you as? Dr. A, Dr. Aditi?
Whatever you're comfortable with. If you can say Dr. Didi, great. If not, Dr. A works, Dr. Patel works, whatever makes you comfortable.
Okay, yeah, and that's what I noticed, like with KA Dental. I wanted to know what was the story behind the name. Like,
So the story is not really long, but it's not, it's very simple. So the K stands for my husband, Kronal, and
okay.
A stands for me, my name Aditi, and
Oh,
that's how we came up with the name KA Dental
oh,
because it's a family thing, you know. We started it as a family right after we got married. We started it as a family business. And yeah, that's why we came up with the name KA Dental. So we both think we are a very integral part of it.
wow, wow, yeah, you guys totally seem like a power couple. So tell me, how do you juggle between kids, your family, flawless, PB braces, and KA Dental?
You know, it's really easy. When you have to keep a balance, I think it's really easy. I used to struggle previously when I was struggling to spend time with my kids or when I was feeling guilty about it. I was when I felt guilty about being a professional, when I felt guilty about not spending time with my kids. I think that was hard. It's easier now for me. And as you mentioned, being a power couple, I think it's really important. And I do have to say that a lot of people ask me that how is it working with your husband together all the time? One, we're not together all the time. And second, I think it's been great. And I think that's what helps me keep a balance. It keeps me happy that I can pick and choose as a part of business what I want to do and do what I love. And he takes care of the rest. And that gives me ample of time to spend with my family, with my kids, and yet do what I really love.
Yeah, yeah, taking care of, like, what each of you excel at,
Yes, and we
in
do both what we
partnership
love
at
and
home and
yeah,
at work.
we're doing so we both love different things, but the aim is same at the end.
Yeah.
And I think it works phenomenal.
Yes.
It does.
I
And it helps me a lot keeping a very striking balance. And you know that balance is so important for us as women,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
us as women, because we want to come to work and we want to be able to enjoy without feeling the guilt that I left my kid home. Or we want to be able to go back home and then have fun with our kids without thinking, what am I doing with my life? You know?
exactly.
That I'm more than this. So I think that balance is really important. The
Yes.
work family balance is what keeps us all going. And the
Yeah,
moment we find it, you got to keep your hands tight. You got to preserve it
yeah.
because it's hard to find. But when you find it, you keep it.
Yeah, and that's what I was, thinking about as you were talking, aspiring dentists and other, like, female professionals, they put their dreams on hold or, leave them completely, like because they're afraid of finding that balance, but I think, again, like, as you said, it's a process,
It is a
and it's
process.
teamwork.
And I want every female, every woman to, you want to go achieve your dream.
Yeah,
You chasing behind your dream does not make you um, an irresponsible wife, an irresponsible mother. It
yeah.
actually teaches your kids to chase your dreams too.
Yes, that's amazing.
And if you can chase it as a family, great. But if you can't, I think everybody needs to chase their dreams.
Yeah,
It is not a women thing or a man thing or a kid thing, but I think everybody needs to chase their dreams.
yes.
And women especially, because we get so involved in, we when you're born, you want to be a great daughter. Then you get married, you want to be a great wife. Then you want to be a great mom. And then we forget all about who am I? What
Yeah,
do I want?
yeah, your sense of identity,
Right.
yeah, plays
And
a big
we
role.
women need to be able to identify ourselves
Yeah,
on our identity as well.
yes,
We want to be we want to be a great family maker, but we don't want to have that only thing as our identity.
yes.
My aims matter, my dreams matter. And I think when you chase your dreams, you're teaching your kids that, sky's the limit.
Yes.
Dream big and work for it. And one day you will achieve it.
Yes, and I think that's what makes you a power woman, and the face of Flawless, which I would love to know more about. Tell me more about Flawless, and why'd you choose to expand into the med spa industry? Like, what was your inspiration?
I think, the name Flawless, it does not, when we came up with the name, the aim is not to make everybody, I don't want you to feel that I need to look flawless. I
Perfect.
think
Yeah.
flawless is you need to feel flawless. You need to feel it from within, for your skin, for your healthcare, for everything. And the aim of this med spa is I want you to come in and tell me how I can make you feel the best version of yourself.
Yes.
How can I
100%.
make you feel flawless?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
beauty is subjective,
Yeah.
something that's beautiful for me might not be beautiful for the other person.
Yeah.
Beauty, I think, is age related too.
Yeah.
If we want to age gracefully,
Yeah.
we don't want to not age, but
Yeah.
we want to age gracefully.
Yes.
And so flawless is more, it's not just, it is a facial aesthetic med spa, but it is more health, wellness. It's everything together. Everything that can possibly make you feel that you're flawless.
Yes. As you mentioned, that facial and dental aesthetics, they go hand in hand. And some patients are not aware of that.
True.
They tend to pay less attention to facial aesthetics because it's
True.
either a hesitancy or,
True.
unawareness on the topic.
Right.
So can you tell me more about how they go hand in hand?
They do go hand in hand. And I think I understand when they're confused,
Yeah.
because it took me a few years of doing constant dentistry and cosmetic dentistry to realize that, they do go hand in hand. If you have high expectation of results for yourself
Yeah.
and for your patients, there's something more
Yeah.
that you need besides just dental aesthetics. You can do the best veneers possible. You can do
Right.
you can have the best lab do it. You can have the best ceramist design it for you.
Yeah.
You can deliver it in a patient's mouth and you can feel, I think I did a great job. And I think I could have not done anything differently as far as dentistry is concerned.
Right.
Yet I think I could do something better for this patient. Okay. And
Something
that's where
missing. Yeah.
something missing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know how
Totally
you
get it.
feel like you have everything and then
Yeah.
there's something missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always felt that. And I think that missing part is the facial aesthetics.
Wow.
Because you can have great teeth, perfect teeth, but if it does not go with the size of your lip, if it does not go with your face, it does not, your skin tone does not match, your skin type and the color does not match the color of the
Face
teeth,
shape.
the
Does
face,
that
a
play a
lot
role?
of factors, you see, a
Wow.
lot of factors are involved here.
Wow.
And I think those two fields, facial aesthetic and dental aesthetics, are so intermingled with each other
Yeah.
that when we put together both the fundamentals, you can get the best possible results.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I think it can be life changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
And
love it. I
that's
think
why
I think
patients should, find a balance between
confidence.
both and
True.
work on the facial aesthetic part of it to feel
Right.
like the
Exactly
best
what you
version
said.
of themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were having a conversation earlier about how most of us grew up with moms who weren't able to prioritize self-care, whether it was because they were working or in my case, she was a homemaker, right? And I feel like they were always just being caught up with family, work, kids, and they would never prioritize themselves. And yeah, I just wanted to
True.
know what would you have to say to them? There's a
True.
lot of patients out there in the same boat.
Yes. Yes, I agree. And I think women, it doesn't matter the woman is a professional or a
Yeah,
homemaker. We as women have
yeah.
a tendency to put ourselves last.
Ah,
We have a tendency to prioritize our family over us all the time.
all the time.
We don't have to be a homemaker for that, or we don't have to be a professional for that. I think it's a women thing.
It is a woman
And
thing.
I think it should not be like that,
Yeah.
because we take care of a lot of things. We really do. But we want to be able to take care of ourselves
Yeah.
first. We want to be able to feel good about ourselves first.
We deserve to. Yeah.
We deserve
Yeah.
to. And that's how every woman should feel,
Yeah.
irrespective of whether you're pursuing your profession, you're studying, you're a mom, you're a homemaker, you can be anything.
Yeah.
But you cannot give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Self care is the most important thing. You take care of yourself, you take care of your family. Taking care of yourself is a part of taking care of your family.
Yes, I
Do not
agree.
separate it.
Yeah.
How we take our kids all the time to the pediatrician. You know, it's the same thing as we go for our yearly checkups.
Yeah.
Facial aesthetics, health and wellness is a very important part of it. It is a part of your overall healthcare.
Yeah.
And it should be self-care is equals healthcare.
Yeah.
And self-care for every woman And the moment we feel good about ourselves, and if we are happy, we're going to make a happy family, a happy
100%.
mom,
Yeah.
a happy wife, a happy daughter, and a happy world.
Yes, 100%.
But self care is going to help us do that.
Yeah, I think that body wellness and
Yes.
mind and soul wellness, like, it all
It's
relates,
all,
it integrates,
yes,
and
it's
when you
all
feel like you're
one.
the best version of
Totally.
yourself,
Totally.
I think as women, we deserve to put the focus on our aesthetics too. Who
Yeah.
doesn't wanna feel like
Like
the
it's
best?
like you said, mind, body, health.
Yeah,
It's all a part of wellness.
yeah, it's very
And
integrated.
it is very integrated.
Yeah,
And wellness is that's why so comprehensive.
yeah,
And that's what I like about this whole comprehensive approach.
yeah,
That from KA Dental to Palm Beach braces to flawless, it just gives us a comprehensive approach
yeah.
to anything and everything.
100%. There are,
We
adult patients who would
true.
offer braces, and
Yes,
then you would focus on obviously their oral health, but again, coming back to flawless, you would focus on their facial aesthetics.
we do.
So it's
And
just such a comprehensive
it is. It
treatment
is.
plan.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because we see patients months after months, year after year, because we do their cleanings every
Yeah.
6 months. And we practically are like family to them.
Yes.
They're a part of
I
this
get it.
KA family because there are kids that start young with braces with us. And then they're done with braces, they come back for cleanings.
Yeah.
Then they're getting married. Then they have kids.
Yeah.
So they're all a part of this KA family.
Yeah.
And what would you do for your family?
Yeah.
We would do everything possible to make them feel better and make them healthier so they can live a better life.
I love that. Yeah.
That's what we do for our family, right? So that's
Yes.
my KA family.
Yeah.
They've been coming to me for years. They've put their trust in us.
Yeah.
They trust us that they would come here and that we would educate them and give them the right healthcare advices.
Yes.
And that's healthcare, that's not just dentistry.
Yeah. Yes.
So to be able to do that, I think it's important to put all these different brands under one roof
Yeah.
because that's what we need for healthcare.
Yeah. You're taking care of all of these aspects to make them feel their best, look their best, and obviously oral health in check. We talked about the right age to start this as well, being in the shoes of other women out there, we're confused of when to start taking care of our skin or getting into these procedures. And some of them, like my mom and other people, like they think that they're too old to start because now it doesn't matter.
Right.
So when do you think the
It-
right age is to start
I think it's
focusing
a
on
trick question,
this?
but I really do think that there is no right age to do this. I think every age is the right age to do it.
Wow.
You need to be able to start not too young, but young enough where you're trying to maintain yourself.
Gotcha.
The whole concept of flawless is the most important part of this is that we want to be looking age appropriate, but we want to age gracefully,
Yes.
right? We want to maintain and preserve what we got, yet
Yes.
repair what we can
Gotcha.
in a very natural and organic way, right? So I feel that sometimes, even when I was super young, I felt like, is this the right age to start? Am I
Yeah.
too young for this? And all the stigmas attached thing. You start doing Botox and fillers and you start doing all these organic stuff. And then it's going to be like, oh, you got to do it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there's
Well,
so
that
many
is,
myths around it, right?
there are a lot of myths around it. And
Yeah,
I think it's not true.
yeah,
Like, would we not go in for a yearly checkup every year?
yeah.
And we've been doing that from the time we were kids.
That's true.
Would we not do a dental cleaning every 6 months?
Yeah,
And we're not going to dental cleanings or we're not going for any blood work just because we know something's wrong with us.
yeah,
No, we're going as maintenance.
yes.
If we catch on to something, we're like, okay, I want to you want to be diagnosed with something early on, right?
That's a great point.
Because you want to be able to either prevent it or treat it early,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's why we do blood works
Yeah.
every year,
And
don't
like
we?
that, like skin is an organ, like they say, right? Like I think we don't
It
address that
is.
in our day-to-day lives, like the importance of it. It's not just
It
about
is. And it is a part of your confidence.
yeah, yeah,
90% of your confidence comes from how you perceive yourself
yes.
and how we look at ourselves and how we want to be looking at ourselves need to come together.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
this is how I want to look. This is how I want to be. This is how I want to feel. We need to put it all together
yeah,
and we need to work on it.
yes.
And it's okay to work on it.
Yeah.
And, it's okay to work on it at any age.
At any age.
Women should not feel
100%.
that I'm too young for this or feel I'm too old. Why do I have to invest in this? I'm too old. Do I deserve it? Yes, you do.
You just said
You
it.
deserve every penny you think you're worth.
Yes.
And at any age, no woman should feel that why do I need to invest in myself? You need to invest in yourself.
Yes, 100%.
You
That's
need to invest in yourself because
yeah.
that's the investing in yourself is the best investment you'll ever make.
Yes, and all deserve to. Talking about women's skincare, I know I wanted to jump into men. Um,
Yes.
now what do you suggest for men? Because I know I have a few friends, or including like, my dad and other friends that I know, they think it's a guy thing, and skincare is not about men, and there's like this stigma attached to it, or some form of like embarrassment,
Th-
even at some point. Like,
There
no,
is.
what do you think about that?
I think you're right. I think there's some sort of a stigma attached to it. I think men are hesitant to
Yeah,
walk into the med spa,
yeah,
but it shouldn't be like that. I mean, as much as we women want to look perfect version of ourselves, so do men.
yeah, yeah.
And we deserve it like they deserve it because it's a human being thing. It's not
Yeah,
a men women thing, you know? And it's not just a facial aesthetic thing. I think we all want to look beautiful. All want to look great. We all want to feel great as well.
yeah,
And I think healthcare, that's why healthcare is more for everyone.
yeah. It's not
Health,
gender
no,
based.
it's not gender based.
Yeah,
It's not gender based. It has not age based.
yeah,
I think these factors should not matter.
yeah,
When you think you need it, you need it.
yeah,
And when you
100%.
want to feel good about yourself, you want to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, and if women do, so should men.
So should men. Yes.
100%.
Yes. And they should not feel hesitant
Yeah,
walking into a med spa and looking at women as like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by women.
yeah.
But that's okay, you know? You need what you need.
You do.
And you want to feel good about yourself. And you're
Wonderful.
just being proactive.
Yeah, yeah.
And you want to stay young and the best version
On
of
top of your
yourself.
game, and
Totally. Totally.
100%. Well, it was great talking to you. Thank you for telling us so much about, your story and
Uh,
flawless and the
it was great
balance.
being here. And I do
Yes.
have to say that those were wonderful questions. I
Thank
think
you. It was
questions that we all want to talk about, but we somehow don't find the time to talk about
yeah,
it,
yeah.
or we feel that is it controversial to talk about it, or does anybody even want to listen to those
Yeah, yeah.
questions? But I think they're great
Thank you so
questions.
much. Thank you very much. Thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you for having me.